Good evening, everyone. And tonight I'd like to talk to you guys a little bit about Wild Turkey 101. Wild Turkey 101 has been my go-to bourbon forever. I mean, it's a good standard bourbon. It's hard to beat. Get it everywhere. You get it. This is a 375 still glass, and it got the plastic. Thank God, I hate plastic. It's just, in my mind, it's just a good, solid bourbon. Consists of, it's of course 101 proof or 50.5% alcohol by volume. Mixture of, I think it's 6, 7, and 8-year-old bourbons blended together. You'll have to excuse me because I couldn't resist having a sip or two before this started. It's been a good bourbon. I've had this since I was in the service in 1986. A lot of guys, you know, we drank a lot of cheaper bourbons. What we could afford as privates in the Army. It wasn't much. This is one of the better bourbons we would get, and I kind of gravitated toward this. I know some guys didn't like it, some guys did. It's just one of those things. Most of us was mixing it with Coke back then, or whatever, 7-Up, seltzer water, whatever you could get. So really wasn't working on the bourbon taste. We were just looking to get loaded for the most part. But I like this better. It had a better flavor to me. It had a more bold flavor, and I responded better to the bold flavor. I like the spirit, a little bit of spirit drive it brought with it. And that being said, we'll get started here. It has a number 4 barrel char. I need to say that, it states that on the bottle. It's got Jimmy Russell's name on the bottle as well. So we have, it's a true medium amber, you know, gold, a good gold tinge to it. It's a medium to heavy viscosity. Tears form very well. It runs fairly dense tears down the side, and they run in thin lines. Medium slow. Caramel, toffee, vanilla, right off the bat. Hint of cinnamon. It's like an old shoe. Spirit drive, don't stick your nose in it. I'm using this glass instead of a Glencairn because of the spirit drive. This bourbon tends to keep a little bit more of the alcohol encapsulated within it, for lack of a better term. And you stick your nose in a Glencairn full of this, and you get a burn. That's even quite intense with this glass. But I enjoy it better out of this glass than I do a Glencairn. And there's a little oakiness. You can smell a little bit of the oak with it. Caramel, toffee changes to butterscotch. Vanilla still in there. Cinnamon, a steady cinnamon background through it all. In the finish, a little pepper. Oak, it's a good medium finish. It's not overly long. It is a little dry, but the sweet balances the dry. Sweet of the vanilla left in the finish balances the dryness out. So it's not like parching your mouth. There's a little bit of a dry finish to it. And the oakiness, it just sticks around. But it's not a bad oakiness like with the 46 or any of those others. that wasn't a bad oakiness either. You can taste it, it's there, but it's not overwhelming. Sometimes when you get something that's over oaky, in my palate, when I've got something that's really kind of an oak dominated thing, it turns bitter and dry. When it turns that bitter dryness, it loses me. I have no further interest in it. This is still young enough, it balances it out. It's good. For, heck, I don't even remember what I paid for this the other day when I bought it. I'm going to guess 13, 14 bucks. You can generally buy it in the 750s for 22 to 25, depending on where you go. Here in Kansas, anyway. It's a good product. And I've always felt it was a good product. I've always liked it. Go fishing at night. Put about 15 drops in there. That's probably, because this is a little bit bigger vessel and a little bit more content in there. Never water it, but I will for you guys. We'll do a little brief and see what happens here. I mean, you're not looking at a very complex bourbon, but you're looking at a very sound, well-built bourbon. Well made. Tones the spiciness down. Leaves the vanilla. But it clings a little longer to the sides of your tongue. And it does bring a little bit more of a tannic taste to it. That's weird. I wouldn't think it'd do that. Maybe it's just a particular sip I got. Let me try again. Nope, it brings the vanilla forward, dials the spiciness down. The tannic must have been left over because you still get it. It's still dry. It does kind of make it a little more dry, actually. And then balance it slightly as it dials the sweetness down, thins the sweetness out. Number one proof's been the way. Dad, I never even liked to put ice cubes in it. Never. It was perfect for me. Other option in the military, and it's what everybody else drank, for the most part. If we didn't drink Jack Daniels, we drank Jim Beam. And I poured a little Jim Beam white label, just like we got in the military, in the glass. And I know immediately why I went from this to that. I love Jim Beam product. The white label, it's not bad. It's great for a lot of things, but and it's not bad straight, but it's always been more of a mixer. And that's just the way I was introduced and the way it was, the way we treated it. I had a big bottle of this. I've decanted into a smaller bottle because I've had it for so long because I very rarely drink it. Oh my goodness, excuse me. Caramel sugary. The Beam character it carries, really noticeable in this. It's just a sugary, sweet, confectionery style bourbon. I'm not going to do a review on it, but the sweetness in this for me, and then you dumped Coke into it and was in the Army, it was just an overwhelming amount of sweetness. And I just never, ever really, I mean, I drink it, but liked it better with 7-Up, actually, myself. Or Canada Dry Ginger Ale. This was more bold, set on its own. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. It was 40% versus 50.5%. There's a big difference. They're both rye bourbons. I do prefer rye bourbons. Give this a score an 84 out of 100. It may sound like I don't like this as well as I do the Maker's 46, but I'm comparing the Maker's 46 as a wheated bourbon when I gave it an 87. I'm not comparing it directly to this. To me, wheaters are a different class altogether. They have a much different flavor profile. And I'm going to have a much higher standard for ryes because I like ryes much better. 84 is a good score in my scoring. And 84 is a very good score. It's something I will buy again. It's something I enjoy. It's maybe not top of the line. It's maybe not going to be something if I'm at a bar and they've got Elijah Craig 12 or something of that nature. And this, well, of course, I'm going to choose that over this. But going out fishing with the buddies, my daughter, letting her drive, grab a half pint of this, we go catfishing. She gets to drive home, and Daddy gets to enjoy fishing. With that, I'll sign off here. Everybody have a good evening, and remember, the spirit in your glass is not running from you. Take time, sip it, and enjoy it. You'll be better for it. Goodbye.